So tonight I'm going to be reading from a sequence, like a book I put together that's split up into sequences. The sequence is called Hemingway of Japan, or Hemingway of Nippon, but Nippon and Japan are the same. It's about islands, and about how it really kind of battles that idea of no man is an island. It also battles the idea of separation. Every stanza becomes an island, every thought becomes an island, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to start, and it's a long poem, so I'm just going to go for 12 minutes, and if it doesn't finish, you guys can talk to me about it afterwards. Hemingway of Japan. Differences in nice and nicety. Remember, there is no security. Even a legend can go so far. I hate the words quality time. It's all give some feedback, take the leap. Mature is a sample, maturity is a word. Believable mourning can make or break a funeral. A thought, there's no evolution in time travel. Ponder, yeah right, ice clinks have more rhythm. A series of F's, fall, full, fame, forage, friends. Where's John Bonham right now? The generosity of the sun for Carl Sagan. We got the cosmos from the Cold War fear, obsessions with mushrooms and eighths or clouds. Man, how times have changed. Our bodies are an extension of fashion. What if Mike Tyson was your spirit animal? You're not Jewish, are you? In February 1916, the doomed crew of the Zeppelin L-19 dropped their last messages to their superiors and loved ones into the North Sea. These washed up on Kattegat Coast near Gothenburg, Sweden, 6 months later. I hate going to nature because it's always so far from clean water. How would you kill your spirit animal? And or prepare it for a coarse feast? I want to eat strawberries the size of human hearts. Who the hell is Annie Hall? Speaking of releases, how is your baby? I want to use words as blunt objects against my self-doubt. Remember, there are no mass-produced humans yet. If the Brady family is groovy in the time of nuclear, then what about the Mendez family? Sometimes you have to let me go, but why not help them out? How do we forget? Easy, let me go. If I have to hear fill in the blank one more time, I'm going to fill in the blank my brains out. The IMF forced Madagascar's government to accept structural adjustment policies and liberalization of the economy when the state became bankrupt in 1982, and state-controlled industries were gradually privatized over the course of the 1980s. The political crisis of 1991 led to the suspension of the IMF and World Bank assistance. Having met and set the stringent economic governance and human rights criteria, Madagascar became the first country to benefit from the Millennium Challenge account in 2005. A Madagascar-U.S. Business Council was formed in May 2003 as a collaboration between U.S. aid and Malagasy artisan producers to support and export local handicrafts to foreign markets. The main sources of Madagascar's imports include France, China, Hong Kong, and Iran. You fell into your own electric trap. And when you woke, pomology wasn't the study of fruit, but of cities destroyed by ash, lava, and smut. Who the hell is Natalie Woods? Thank you for letting me play around in your existence. I hate the term playing the field. You're the Jay-Z of alcoholics, meaning you leave for a while, but you'll be back. I'd say we are seeing human evolution evolve. As pseudo-apex predators, we have come to a point where natural and man-made disasters, along with cancers, are the only things taking humans in large numbers. Members of our species seem to be putting a misguided fact back into that process. We can't simply say humans are evil or good. We are products of panic and bloodline longevity. I keep wondering when there was a simpler time like the same. Because some Americans have been living in a forgotten war zone since the inception. Places like Pruitt, Idaho, Cabrini Green, and Mercy Heights have been torn down, swept under many times over, but still exist as very violent areas the documentaries are made about in order to get the word out. Fear is nothing new. It sells cars, boats, prostitution, and defense. As anarchy beget feudal, beget democracy, fear for protection forged us to each. I wish people knew the difference between fear, power, and freedom. She always carried a cheap pint of plastic filled with tequila and a shot glass stowed in a thick teal sock. I can do anything you can do only after I realize everybody bleeds. I hate the words high-strung. Remember, give only enough rope to hang oneself with. If we are siblings, we have murdered by now. If we were siblings, we have hated each other by now. I want to be the 21st century Hemingway of Nippon. He liked the pressure, the tighter the better, raging a flock of suns, Osiris, a better shoe than God. Demi maybe, but still. Letter from 1955. Try not to be so hard on yourself. The night before the hammer cocked, he sat in a green faux leather lazy boy, wishing the oven worked in order to warm the little studio, but alas, the payment wasn't sent, like the other payments, because being broke is simple. Bullets are 35 cents, enough change found in that green seat. The revolver was passed down under the father clause. The only reason to thank that damn bastard, he thought, the next day he ended. Letter to Self from 1985. Tread careful. All your heroes have killed themselves. Each novel a suicide note. Decide now whether the mess will be worth it. At what point should I stop fighting because I like the like of you? We are not a country of romantic foods. I hate the phrase, it depends on what you do when you see the riot coming. The weapon itself is a trigger. Money and the fool together again. I've misplaced a lot of things, but I've never lost everything. If you were a spirit, I'd be more of an alcoholic. We're all blossoms of Fukushima. Our evolution of what of. We are all products of what if. What if that person is into me? What if we move that country? What if we could rule ourselves? What if the world wasn't flat or the sun didn't revolve around us? What if, what if, what if? My only hope to grow old enough to finally see the Picasso of the iPad, watch in awe as tour groups stand around it, gawking together at a screen. How do you know what's real when you can't touch it? Like getting close enough in MoMA to lick, but not. What a tease. Thank you.